here we go.
Hey y'all, T-Ham141 here, and today I am going to be moving some stumps. This is really an awesome machine, man. This grapple on my Branson 2515. This is a 25 horse tractor on a slightly larger chassis, and I can't be more pleased with it. I don't know why there's like a little warp in the video. If you look at where the pins are, where the grapple hooks on, you can see that there's a little waviness there, and I think that's because the muffler blows out the front of the tractor. I think that's heat coming out. This is just some small stuff just to begin with, just trying to clean it up. Any little bit I can do is going to help save Charles Humphrey time in grading this off. You can see it's doing good with this small stuff. It's picking up a good handful. It gets a little rocky down in here, and as you pick up with the grapple, you have to curl, pinch, lift, pinch, because the angles on whatever you're grabbing changes as the height changes, apparently. And I'm learning with this thing. This is really a learning experience for me. So here is where I get into a little bit of trouble here. This is a larger stump than I've done, but I managed to grab hold of it. And there, to my right to the right of me, there is a hole from where the stump next to me and the stump I'm working with now come from. So when I try to back up here, it doesn't show it. It doesn't do it justice. I turn 25 degrees, I lean, I start to tip over. It's when that happens, you just stop what you're doing and drop the boom, drop the loader. So I decided to get out of there and come in at another angle. A little more solid, and there's not a big hole there. I tell you, I really like this grapple because it's small. I didn't want one of the wide grapples that come out 6 or 7 feet to the from the center. Because this way I can grab a log, pick it up, and cut it from either side. There's a video on that. I will put a link up top right here. Now this is an awful heavy log, or awful heavy stump, and it's starting to get a little soupy down there in that hole where I'm putting these stumps. I know I'm not moving them far. Number one, I should be able to move them if I ever need to, but at one point in time, I'm hoping that this will turn into to a fenced-in area, and this stump pile will be great for the chickens and if I get goats or whatever. And not to mention, over time, these stump piles will grow trees. Now this is quite the large one. Notice I couldn't really lift, so I'm curling. My most powerful attribute is curling the bucket, and I'm not even trying to lift it. That's as high as she'll go. Now the maximum lift, I believe it's at the pins of the Branson 2515, and this loader is 2,200 pounds. That's a lot. I do have the rear tires of the tractor are loaded. That's 250 pounds each of the beet juice byproduct, and I do have my 800 pound of cement counterweight, and I wasn't even about to try to take that stump down in that hole. Cut into another decent sized stump. You can see this hole off to the left. You can see that that's the one that I started tipping in, and you can tell that the camera just doesn't do it justice the way it's sitted. Plus I have the motion camera stability on to stop the vibration, because the tractor vibrates, which vibrates the camera. Trying to get off what I can of the extra weight of this thing, but it's breaking off. It's kind of hard, and this is a real soft area that I'm in, and that, like I said, that hole is to my left. So what I do is I come around and attack it from the other side. Now that hole is to my right, but I'm far enough over that I don't have to worry about getting caught up in that hole and tipping. I wish I would have set my other camera up to show a view from the side. Some of these stumps are just huge, and they don't really look at because the grapple is a side. Now there I'm starting to get a little soft, and you get in the ruts and it starts tipping, and this is a really heavy stump. The audio that was recorded was useless. It was just a tractor, and everybody's heard a tractor before, so I figure, well, I'll just go ahead and overdub. I hope you don't mind. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Check out in the link below in the description, there are links to my webpage where you can find a bunch of my merch, as well as some books that I've written. Most of them are low content book, but I am coming out with a novel soon, so be looking for that if it's not down there already. There's also affiliate links that I make a little bit of money on. I try to have them, the affiliate links, have something to do with what I'm doing. Video, such as, you know, grease gun, because every 10 hours of operation you should grease your loader. It will save you a hassle later on. Your loader, your winch, any moving parts, anywhere there's a grease port, every 10 hours you should fill that with grease until it starts pushing the grease out. Now here I get into a little trouble. When I started it was 27 degrees, and now we're getting up into 34, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'll cheat here. Hey Google, what is 35 degrees Fahrenheit in Celsius?
35 degrees Fahrenheit is equal to 1.667 degrees Celsius.
So it's starting to warm up, and the ground was never frozen. It was just the water in it was cold. If that makes any sense to anybody. But right now I'm down to my wonderful front axle, and later on it will get to where if I try to pick anything up, as soon as I hit reverse, the front tires moving will just sink her right down. And I'm trying several different things to get out of this swamp hole, is what it is. Right here in this spot where I'm stuck right now is about where the driveway is going to circle around. We have to level that out with good soil and lay down driveway fabric and then cover that with gravel, so the driveway fabric keeps the mud from underneath and from pushing up through, which makes it a lot more solid. Hey, if you've watched this long, go ahead and click that like button, hit that subscribe button, that little notification bell, so that you get notified every time I come out with new content. Yes, I unhooked my seatbelt here because it was after that tip, and because down in the hole there, it's real tippy. I do wear my seatbelt. You have to be careful. The Branson tractor, the front brush guard is good, but there's no screen there, so you can put a root or a stick right up in against your front grill, and that's not good. You also have to be careful. Your hydraulic and your transmission, which is all one system, is your filters for your hydraulic system and your steering and transmission are exposed under there. So you don't want to high center right under the driver. That's not good. Okay, now I'm trying to find where the ground is harder so that I can continue working. Unfortunately, and this is another big stump. The stump to the right is still sitting there, which there's snow on the ground now. I might go try to take it out. It's up to 30 degrees outside. It's a challenge to try to grab these correctly. And again, leverage is the only way I'm lifting this stump. It is huge. And every time I go back and forth on this, it's making another hole. But now I'm starting to get into that soft spot that I got stuck with before. Or in, rather. Having a hard time moving here. I'm pretty much stuck again. And there's not a lot you can do once you're stuck. But you can use your bucket and tilt. Look at that deep. I mean, I was right up. You can see the axle print for the front axle. So I try moving over a little bit to get out of that nastiness. Hey, feel free to put down in the comments what you would do different if you were in these situations, how I could do it better. I am always looking to learn. Not wanting to move for me at all, because it's just, you could see where over down in the right area and in front of me you can see the holes where it's just sinking again. But I don't want to give up. I'm trying to figure out the best way to get around it. I can't really go this way. Really tore up. This is the area behind the woodshed here that I'm gonna have a garden, another garden. Now I had no problem getting out of that hole as long as I don't have any weight on the loader. But try and try again. I'm going to hit it from the other side. It's a little firmer over here. This is where my tent garage was before I moved it so that we could get in here to do this driveway and the stump. And there's no sense in trying to pick this up this point. So I'm just going to push it and roll it. You know, I can only pick up 2,200 pounds, and if you have a 4,400 pound root ball, then if you roll it like this, you're not picking up 2,200 pounds even, because the weight is still on the ground. It started getting a little soft there, plus I have to turn the angle. So I'm coming around to the side. You can see my 7-foot snow pusher there. At this point in the year I hadn't used it. I have now. I will have another video of some of that coming out. My first experience with that, for better or worse. It looks like I was able to get it up just a little bit, but then it dug in. It wouldn't let me push it anymore. Man, I wish wish the audio would have come out better in this, but I guess that is the price to pay for mounting a camera on your romp bars. Overall, I am very, very happy with this tractor and the grapple, the bucket, the forks. I wish it had a little bit more with the forks, a little bit more power, because you get out. I've got big, large forks, but when you get out there, the leverage of the forks, 2,200 pounds on the end of the forks is not a lot. Trevor, I have a video that will be coming out soon. We were unloading lumber, and I got a little bit of video from unloading the trailer. And I wish the forks would pick up a little bit more on the end, but you can't always get what you want. It picks up a lot more. It makes unloading the trailer a lot easier, man, just throwing some lumber on the forks. Man, it's just a beast pushing this through, you know? I would have never been able to move these with the four-wheeler and a chain, ever. Not to mention, I wouldn't be able to articulate them to get them where I want them. I think I put this one way up on the pile, which is really nice. Maybe I'll get some deer or something. Find that it's nice to hide behind. It's a windbreak. Is that a rock in that? That's a huge... I believe that's a rock in that. Nope, that's the stump. Voiceovering live, by the way. Yeah, I was just pointing saying, man, it gets slippery over on this side. I've got to be careful of that. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Y'all have a great day. God bless, and be safe when you're moving them stumps.